I'm so glad I did not record that horrible singing. That was horrid.
Damn it, we could have made money off of it!
I purposely did not record it. Well, anyways, welcome to the Hardly Working Podcast. Yes, we are live. I always do this thing to Robyn where I will hop in the call and then just not tell her that I'm recording, right? Because I think it's just funnier that way. And the first thing I do when joining this call is she's just screaming at the top of her lungs, singing.
Oh my god!
Okay, are you good? Are you okay today? Is everything fine?
No, I'm not, because my audio just fucked up. I brought in the iPad, and I love Apple. I am a slut for Apple. I could suck Tim Cook's cock all day, but for the love of God, my AirPods don't know what I want it to go to, and it always goes to the device I don't want it to connect to.
Oh my god, that's yes. Suck that Tim cock. That's all I'm gonna say. I that's the only thing. That's the only bit of information I retained from this conversation was Tim cock.
Tim cock.
Oh my god. Well, welcome back from your trip. It's been a minute.
Yeah, I was vacationing, and while I was vacationing, my ear decided to start dying. So I'm living my best life right now. I'm living my best life.
What she's saying is she's half deaf, so I'll probably tell her something, and she'll be like, "What?" Like an old grandma. So expect that. Expect that today. Yeah, expect that.
Up, little Timmy.
Speaking of little Timmy, are we drawing a little Timmy today? What are we? I don't even know what we're doing today.
What are we doing?
That is a good question. That is a good, valid question.
I thought you would know what I'm doing, boss.
I will be completely transparent with you. I completely forgot what we were gonna do.
Well, I know we worked on the ninja thumbnail, and we finished the ninja thumbnail.
Okay, I wouldn't say. I would say it's close. You know, it's
I
close.
I told you, everyone.
Listen. It's how
close.
it is.
You're just gonna have to start all over, but it's close.
Yeah, just like scrap the entire thing. Yeah, we don't need this thumbnail anymore. Listen, once A/B testing rolled around, no one is safe. Okay, just know that no one is safe once A/B testing came out. Okay, there is no way you're going to survive in this job.
That's okay. That's okay.
Don't worry. At least you have the ear infection to keep you
anyway.
Yeah, you won't hear half the stuff I'll say anyway. So honestly, it'll be good for your sanity.
So, for the ninja thumbnail, do you want me to keep working on the one we had?
Let's okay, hold on. Okay, ignore technical difficulties, guys. Okay, we totally weren't thinking about what actually to do for this episode at all.
It was technical difficulties, not mental difficulties. Technical difficulties.
Exactly. We totally not us stalling for time because we can. Anyways, point is, Robyn's back. I mean, no one noticed she left because duh. Because
because we upload regularly.
Right. The day we don't upload regularly, just assume we're dead. The day we don't upload every week. We are ahead of ourselves.
I would be hospitalized, and I would still tell my family to bring my mic, iPad, Apple Pencil, and MacBook into the fucking hospital, and I would record in the hospital. That is how dedicated I am to all of you.
So you're telling me if you had two broken hands, like your arms are literally on like completely wrapped up, and you can't move your hands, you can't even do the art. You're still gonna want to record.
I got a mouth.
That is true. But you need that to speak.
I got feet.
Yeah.
I got feet. I got armpits.
Do you know how to write with your feet?
I'm good at picking things up with my feet. You know what? Time to do this episode with my feet.
Oh, dear God, no, please. I don't want to hear what your feet sound like. Oh, no.
Okay, God, I have terrible feet-eye coordination.
Maybe because you don't need to use your feet to write. Are you an ape?
I clicked a singular button. I'm proud of myself.
Oh, yes, that's all the training you needed to warrant this. Oh, dear God. Well, I guess to give you some context of something we totally didn't just think about right now to do for this episode, we're totally not working on the background because I thought we could try something a bit more realistic. That is it. Besides that, Robyn, please share the details of your trip.
Oh, my trip? It was all right. I feel like the Jersey Shore is a little overhyped. I guess to dox myself a little, I was in Long Beach Island for the week in New Jersey, not the cool California one, in the New Jersey one.
And you're acting like you haven't been doxed already, so like
I know, like I haven't made it clear that I honestly I got mail in today, but it didn't say who it was from, and I was like, oh my gosh, am I famous enough to start getting like stalker packages?
Dear
now?
God, we're not there yet. We are not there. If the 22 people currently subscribed, which means you should also subscribe to make it 23 and higher, I don't think any of them would send us fan mail. Not yet, at least. We do encourage it one day.
I encourage it. I also tiny bit encourage people to stalk me. It's
you dealt with
may or may not
before.
be because I'm crazy. Yes. Oh my gosh, have I talked about my stalker story?
You've definitely mentioned your stalker story. How about you share the Jersey Shore stories though?
Oh,
I'm
we were
the bear
getting
over here.
attacked by flies the entire time. Like the entire time, we were just getting swarmed with flies. And I looked at these flies and I'm like, these are horse flies. And everyone was like, no, they're too small to be horse flies. And I'm like, no, I know a fucking horse fly when I see one. And they were like biting. They were like chewing on us like dogs. So one person who was staying with us, they got one of those bug guns, the salt guns.
Oh God, those
are cool.
Those are
cool.
terrifying. I always see them. I'm like, what in the world?
Well, for me, I always thought they were like air, and so I didn't get the concept of it beforehand. That was so rude. Why did you do that to me?
Why are you talking all like baby girl over here with your iPad?
baby girl, like, baby girl, behave. Otherwise, I'll have to punish you. Oh, one thing I did while I was down the shore, I officially have my first anime body pillow.
Oh, what? The real question is, who is the pillow?
It is of Lucifer from Obey Me.
Oh, dear God, you did talk about Obey Me. I don't know nothing about Obey Me, but I'm sure you'll talk about it in troves when you make your video on it.
Oh, I'm writing my video. My script is approximately halfway done, and it's 20 pages.
What the 20 fuck? Pages. What do you mean 20 pages?
I don't think you understand the detail I'm going into this with. Like, I am going in detail. Like, the way I have it is I chop it up into 5 parts. One part is exposition, one part are the characters, one part is like the branding and the design and the user experience and all that like technical stuff. Then it's like the little struggle game or how much it costs. And then last but not least is the story itself. And I like go into detail, especially with the characters. I have like 4 mini categories actually, because I rank all of the individual characters by design and personality, and then I give them a group score again by design and personality. And Obey Me has 12 romanceable characters. So I am doing 24 individual scores.
Oh God.
With like the group score on top of that. So that is 26 like scores just for one of the 5 categories. And yeah.
You really
I'm dedicated though.
This isn't dedication. This sounds like borderline like obsession. This is probably an obsession. I think this is beyond.
Yes, it is. It is. I'm going to be straight up. This is my very fine-tuned hyperfixation. I have been playing dating sims since I was 12 years old. This is little 12-year-old me's dream come true, is to make money off of it.
It is just a little goober simulation that is always predetermined.
Don't make me fly over to Texas and beat your ass, bitch. I'll beat you with my Jersey fists.
Okay, explain to me. I mean, don't explain to me, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want you to explain to me because I know for a fact this will become an hour-long episode of you just talking about a video you're going to make.
Like we didn't do that with the I Want to Be Ninja.
Okay, you know what? Fine. That is valid. You know what? Spew your micro obsession.
Well, for me, it's just like I love dating sims, period. And this isn't even getting to what I'm going to be talking about in the video. I just love dating sims. As a little girl who never got asked out, never got looked at, was told I was a disgusting little gremlin frog that would never be loved, and that someone would sell me to Satan for a corn chip. I use dating sims to cope with my very lackluster romance life. Mm-hmm. And I grew really attached to them. And from that, it also sprung my obsession with games with dialogue trees, because I love dialogue. I love speaking to people. I love speaking, and I love the weird intricacies of it. And I love it when a game figures out a way to make borderline like organic dialogue that changes as you like play the game and gives you different endings. I love games like that, and a lot of times dating sims have that. And I play like all different types. I play like the Otome games, like Obey Me, where it's like anime based. You got several guys and girls to choose from, and you live life like that. You have like the Netflix has been coming out with dating sim games. They actually recently just dropped Too Hot to Handle 3. And I started off with playing Too Hot to Handle 2, and I'm starting to play Too Hot to Handle 1 for a video. And then I saw 3 got dropped, and I was like, fuck!
Hey, whoa. You can compile them into a nice little series.
Well, so this is what it is. It's going to be a series. So for anyone who is excited for my videos that I'm going to be coming out, the series will be called, at least the rolling title is Dating Rating, where I rate all these different dating sims and I give them a final mathematical score. And I chose to give them a score because nothing pisses me off in a YouTube video more when it's like vague tiers or like videos where they're like, this is the worst movie, and then you click the next one and they're like, this is the worst movie. I fucking hate those. Give me something concrete. I need to know if it is genuinely the worst.
You know what?
And that's why I chose
the YouTube
numbers.
Game, though. But this is the YouTube game. You know, but I would love to see this complete, utter psychotic behavior come to fruition. And I get to actually sit along with Robyn as she lists out every specific micro detail on why this game is the best or hashtag the worst.
I don't think you understand how much detail I'm going to be going in.
You have 20 pages, and that's half. No shit, you're going to go into detail. You're going to make a 40-page thesis.
I'm going into so much detail that I am criticizing the eye color of one of the characters. And it's not like a simple, like, oh, I just don't like their eye color. It's like no, their eye color is the wrong shade of purple. It should not be this hex code. It should be this hex code.
Oh my goodness. You're going down. You're literally insane.
This is my Roman Empire, Medz. This is my Roman Empire.
You know what? I am glad. I'm happy for you. I'm just happy that you're so passionate about dating sims to the point where you will reach out to like every little detail. Like, I'm sure even the developers themselves, like, bro, it's not that serious. Like, you know, it's literally, we just made this in like an hour, dude. Like, this is just for goofs and gaffs. And you're just like, no, it's more than that.
Well, sometimes the goof and gaff ones are the best ones. And one of like my like rating score options sort of like gives that leeway if even if it's shit, like I'd sit there and be like, it's obvious that you didn't have the resources or you did it in a short amount of time, but you tried your best. Doesn't mean I'm gonna score you well, but you get your own special number because you know what? You tried, you're limited, and resources are a privilege. Because hot take, having resources, having time, having money, that is a fucking privilege through and through, whether it's on an individual level or a company level.
True. And when it comes to just general dating, because like for me, I've only played like one dating sim. Only one. And it was the Colonel Sanders one.
Oh my god!
That is the only dating sim I have played, and it was out of complete irony, okay? And I was playing it with someone else. Playing with Meme God.
Oh my
and I wasn't even technically playing it. He was playing it and just clicking things for me. I was just like, pick that decision. Oh no, pick that one. And that's my
Oh, that's cute.
No, shut
that's
up.
Adorable.
Stop shipping me. Stop it. How dare you? But yeah, it was totally great. It was a great time, you know. Had a great time with the Colonel. But that's the only dating sim I've ever played. I've heard of the bird one. Please tell me you'll do the bird one.
Oh yes. I'm going to do the bird one. I'm trying to think of the ones that I am going to do. And honestly, guys, if you have any that you want to suggest, leave those in the comments because I will rate them. I'm still trying to like come up with a clear and like concise definition of a dating game because there are a few that teeter the line that I don't count. But I'm trying to figure out where to draw that line clean cut. But I know I'm going to do Obey Me. I know I'm going to do like the variation of Netflix ones because they have the Too Hot to Handles, which are like lone standing games. And then they also have their own like library styled game called Netflix Stories. That one I don't like. And that one I am going to tear into.
I've seen those. Isn't that like the Netflix games or whatever?
Yes, Netflix has a lot of games now. And some of those are dating sims. The Too Hot to Handles are individual apps each. So there's a separate app for Too Hot to Handle 1, separate app for Too Hot to Handle 2, separate app for Too Hot to Handle 3. But then there's a separate app on top of that called Netflix Stories. And they have a few different like dating sims or kinetic novels. One of them was The Perfect Match. And that one I started playing and I sat there and I was like, why is this so shit, Netflix? You're doing awesome with Too Hot to Handle. Why'd you phone it out for this one? And so I don't get why Netflix decided to separate the two or go with two different companies. I don't get it. But I'm not on the board and I'm going to save my ranting and raving for the video. I plan to do the bird one. I plan to do the horse one, My Horse Prince, I think it is.
Okay. Yep, totally know about that one.
I also came across a Five Nights at Freddy's one that I plan on doing.
Oh, is that official? I've seen like clips of it.
I've seen it in the App Store. I was just scrolling through the App Store looking for games to download, and that was one of them. Another one is a newer one that came out, and by newer I mean like a year old, but I found out about it this weekend. Called Love and Deep Space, and it's a 3D one. And I'm like, oh,
Love and Deep
interesting. 3D models, and everyone's thirsting over like the new like red-eyed, white-haired guy.
His name is Silas. He is 28. His birthday is April 18th. He's 6'2", and he's a Onichi's leader. Oh my gosh, why is the music playing? There's like it's like very like sultry music playing. Okay, go away. Stop. Okay, I'm closing this. When I don't know how to react, I just have to close it.
I'm even thinking about doing what's that? high school years, I think it is. They call it like a rejection simulator. So I'm debating on playing that to see if I would sort of count that as a dating sim. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, and then another one that I'm planning on covering, but I gotta figure out how to get my hands on an Android or an Android emulator. But when I was younger, I played a dating sim that helped you like get fit. Like they would make you do crunches to get through the story. And when I was like a kid, I could do like not even 10 crunches before my back was fucking aching. I played this game for a month. And when I had to do like the testing, like the pacer test, and you do the crunch test and like stuff like that. When I did the sit-up test, I went from 10 to 72. And I could have kept going. I was told to stop because I was getting bored and everyone was getting bored. And I was the last girl, so they were just like, yeah, just finish up, whatever. And like, I need to review it. And when I was a kid, I had it on iPhone, but I guess they never updated the game when like the new iOSs would come out.
So it's just lost the time.
Yeah, it's one of the lost to time ones, but it's still on like the Google Play Store. So I just need to I'm like rummaging through my family's old phones, trying to find like a Samsung or a Samsung tablet. And I'm literally going to be taking it to the gym, doing my crunches, getting fit. And that is one that I'm excited to do. And that would be like a really big video for me.
That is interesting. Is dating sims that big of a deal? I have never known that the dating sim market was this big.
I think, admittedly, it's not big. I'm just crazy. I'm just mentally unstable and have chosen this one hyper-specific thing that I loved. And now, at the ripe age of 23, I'm deciding to monetize it. Like the true capitalist I am. Like the true business major I am.
Oh my god. Like, I'm just amazed, honestly. Just your pure passion. You're more passionate about this than I am in life.
I love dating so much. I also just love romance. I love K-dramas. I love romance animes. I love slice of life. But what I love about dating sims is I get to be a little narcissistic and think about myself. I get to feel like people love me rather than just watching love happen. And that's what I love about dating sims is it helps me with my narcissism.
No, it's not narcissism. It's a confidence boost. Let the tiny, random 2D characters tell you that you're pretty and awesome when you click the right bubble. Okay? It's a confidence boost.
Yes! That is exactly it. It's just wanting to hit the right bubble and see the little PNG on the screen being like, you know, you're so beautiful today. And I'm like sitting there in my greasy PJ shirt that I've been wearing for 3 days and stuffing pierogi chips in my mouth and being like, oh yeah, baby, I love you too.
I'm beautiful. Tell me it again. Let me load up my save so you can tell me again.
Honestly. Well, the great irony of the body pillow that I got, Lucifer is not my favorite character. He's like low on the tier list.
Wait. That's a good question. How did you find this body pillow? You were at the shore. Did you find it on the boardwalk?
Yes. So I was on the Wildwood Boardwalk and they had like an anime store and I was going through the anime store and I'm gonna be straight up, I'm not watching a lot of popular animes. Occasionally I'll watch a popular one like Jujutsu Kaisen or Chainsaw Man or something like that. But most of the animes I watch are either like 10 years old and I'm rewatching it for the 47th time, or are too small and too niche and are not going to have merch. So a lot of times when I go in those stores, I'm like wandering around, I'm like, great, another store where I'm not going to find the things I like. And I walk into like the other section where they have like more adult stuff, and I'm looking at the wall and I'm like, titty, 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 abs, titty, 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 abs. Oh my fucking god, is that Lucifer from Oh Baby? And I literally scream in the store, and I'm just looking at it with like the fucking abs out, and this man has wings, and so I'm seeing him
I need to see what he
cover
looks
half
like.
of.
I need to see what he looks like. Hold on.
I'm like looking at this body pillow in the store, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh dear lord, is this the body pillow?
Yes!
Is this the-
No, wait, I think my other side is different, but oh no, wait, no, it's exactly the same. That is the exact one I have in my room right now.
Oh my god. Just man, Robyn, you really scored, didn't you? You really scored.
I did. I almost never see characters that are in like body pillows that I like, because I like very niche characters. And even like when I was a kid, I was a little desperate, and I took like a white pillowcase and like started drawing on it to make my body pillows.
Whoa. There's one more step in there that would make it very uncomfortable, and I'm hoping that was not what you did after that.
No, I did not do anything with it after.
You didn't cut a hole in your pillow? Put a bag of warm beans inside it, and then all of a sudden it came to life? I made a really niche reference, okay? I made a really niche reference. And
wait, what's the reference? I didn't know.
Okay, I shouldn't even say that. It's what was it? What was that fucking Netflix show called? That really Bad Mouth, whatever it's called. The one with the hormone monster.
Big Mouth?
Big Mouth, yeah, that show. Yeah.
I avoided that show like the plague.
Yeah, I know, regrettably
I love John Mulaney, but I saw that show, and I'm gonna be straight up, the art style wasn't for me. I'm very like lackadaisical and very open-minded with art styles. I really did not like that art style for Big Mouth.
The only reason I even watched the show is because one of the characters had my name. So I was like, I'll give it a shot. I had some personal investment in it, and I found out he was the horny one. So I was just like, oh great, that's me totally on screen right there. It's so accurate. Also,
you're the horny one.
I am very much, yes. Why do they think they call it the Hardly Horny podcast? Yay! Again, we've called this episode like 15 times that. But anyways, also, can you please can you tell me how much you spent on this body pillow? Like just real quick. I'm just really want to just.
You know what? It was pretty cheap for a body pillow. The one I actually spent less than what's on the website. I bought it for $65.
So they're really trying to get rid of those things.
Well, I think the one thing is too, and I was talking to the guy there, he was like, oh, usually when like girls get a body pillow from here and they get a guy body pillow, they get like Gojo. That's like one of our best sellers. Otherwise, everyone's just getting the girls with like the big boobies and getting their waifus. We haven't had anyone get this yet. And then I sit there like a dork, mouth vomiting about my favorite hyperfixation. And he's sitting there like, oh, okay. And what's the game? And I'm like, oh, baby, it's a game. And he's like, oh, I haven't seen that show. It's a game. I'll have to make sure I watch that show. It's a game.
Dude did not give a fuck. He could tell you were the creepy one and the obsessive one, and he was right to steer clear. But his mistake was not paying attention.
I know. I'm like sitting there like ready to strangle him. Be like, no, I'm going to convert you. You are going to now hyperfixate over the things I hyperfixate about. Your attention's gonna be on me and what I like. But yeah, he's not even my favorite character. That's the sweet, sweet irony of it. I only got it because I'm like, oh my gosh, something I actually know in an anime store. And it's a body pillow, something that I've been trying to purchase the past 3 years. And every time I go to an anime convention, there are no body pillows. But when I was under the age of 18, they were fucking everywhere.
This body pillow right here. This hunk right over here. Oh, let's look at the reviews. I loved it. I got my package while back, but today I opened it and I wanted to wait till my birthday to open it. And I was very happy with this. The pillowcase was so soft and silky, and I love the stickers. Wow. I'm so glad people love the pillow and stickers. I'm just, wait. And I got some snackies that were yummy. Wait, what? They got
I didn't get
snacks?
snackies.
You didn't get no snackies?
Pretty good snacks. I guess that's not true. I got snacks on the boardwalk, but those were sort of separate.
I have to I have to censor all this. There was titties right there in people's profile pictures. I cannot even show that. Okay, great. This is how you know I'm on the right side of the internet.
Exactly. Welcome, my friend, to paradise.
Great. It's so funny to me that you went into the anime store not knowing a thing, but the one thing that no one knows. Like, that is so
That's always how it
interesting.
is. All my favorite animes are either like older or like niche. Like, one of the first animes I ever watched was there were 3 animes that I watched in the beginning, but I don't know which one technically came first. There's Ouran High School Host Club, which everyone knows about, and probably was the beginning of my dating sim obsession, even though it's not a dating sim. It's just a very romance-based show. Sergeant Frog, which is like an older kids show, and then Princess Tutu. Princess Tutu, which was like a magical girl show. And again, like, there's other like very niche animes that I'm like super obsessed with. Like, my favorite anime by far, Princess Jellyfish. But they did 1 season, there's books, and that's about it. And I'm like sitting here and I'm like, I can never find merch for the stuff I like. And I end up having to like just choose a character that I like in like more popular shows and more popular things, just so that I can get anime merch, because everything I like is not there. And that makes me sad.
I'm gonna be, see, I'm not like a big anime enjoyer. Okay, I do dabble. I mostly watch the big stuff. You know, I've seen Attack on Titan. I've seen a little bit of One Piece. I mean, by little bit, I mean like probably like less than 10 episodes. I think I watched a little bit of Kaiju number 8. I think I saw like the first few episodes and then I stopped watching it. But I like anime. I appreciate it. You know, even Tokyo Ghoul. I watch mainly the mainstream stuff because that's what everyone else says to watch, and I'm just like, sure, I'll watch it. I think the only anime that I've truly loved is Attack on Titan. I think that's the only anime I've like been like, yes. But I only know all this anime shit because everyone around me are all weebs. Like, it's so funny. When I was in the airport, when I was in Jersey a couple months ago, I was in the airport and there was this guy next to me. Okay, this young dude. He's just chilling and he's like writing stuff, and I'm like, or he looked like he was drawing stuff, and I was like, whoa, that's interesting. And I was like, oh, is he making comics? And I was like, that's interesting. By the way, I mind you, this guy on the surface was like a built dude. He had a tracksuit on, like he was chilling, you know. And I asked him, I was like, oh, what is that? Are you like, do you read, or do you make comics or whatever? And he's just like, oh no, I'm just reading manga. And I'm just like, what? Why is this? Like, he was the least suspecting guy I would expect to read manga. And what got crazier was like, oh yeah, no, I'm reading all of One Piece again. And I'm like, again?
One Piece again? Man, if you bump into that man in the airport again, you gotta do me a solid.
I dapped him up after that. I was like, you're a champ. You know what? Go for live your life, man. I'm so proud of you. Man's living his life. He's track star probably, and he's just chilling, reading all of One Piece again.
I have to say, I personally, as an anime fan, I'm glad that anime is becoming more popular. I know there's a lot of conflicting opinions in like the pre-cool anime community, because I was into anime when it wasn't cool. And I was an anime lover through and through. In high school, I was my anime club's vice president and president. I started like my first convention in school. And the one convention that I go to every year, I'm probably going to be helping them out this year. I am like anime all the way. But when I was into anime as a kid, it was like pretty uncool. I remember I had one childhood friend who would make fun of me and another girl within our childhood friend group for liking stuff like anime and Dungeons and Dragons. And when I saw him like most recently, which was like a year or so ago, he loved anime and he was talking to me about One Piece and Death Note and stuff like that. And I'm like sitting here and I'm like, I want to tear into you for making fun of me like 5 years ago, but you know what? You're enjoying what I enjoy, and that's all that matters. And a lot of like gym bros are getting into anime, and a lot of anime nerds are getting into the gym. I know I am on my gym fitness journey, and a lot of that is inspired by anime and like strong anime characters. And I think it's even more so for guys, where they have shows like Baki and stuff like that, and they or JoJo, where they see these ridiculously buff men and they're like, I want to be like that. And respect, man. My initial fitness journey was inspired by Assassin's Creed, and it kept going on.
Don't you mean the dating sim that made you do 72 crunches?
Oh yes, actually yes. It started there. Assassin's Creed influenced it further, and now it's just straight up anime. Because I think I did not really do a single exercise outside of sports until that dating sim game.
Oh god! You know like, what? I'm just glad dating simulators have had such a positive impact on you. Like, who would have thought? You know, some people would say it's meeting your heroes or their parents or a good friend, and you're just like, dating simulator defined who I am. Like.
It really did. It helped me cope with major loneliness when I was young. And I don't know what your YouTube feed is like, Medz, and to everyone out in the audience, I don't know what your YouTube feed is like, but my feed is filled with so many commentary videos about male loneliness, female loneliness, general population loneliness, loneliness in America.
Why does that sound so depressing? Globally. What the hell? Why
it really is. These videos, I'm sitting, it is. It's all like, why the dating world is broken, why this is broken. And you know what? I think the solution is dating sims. It taught me not only helped me cope with loneliness and not being the it girl that people liked and seeing all my friends get into the relationships that I couldn't get into, but it also taught me how to be like a good and understanding partner and how to bounce off the energy of different personalities, of conversating, of courting, so on and so forth. And I feel like if you're someone who struggles with dating and stuff like that, pick up a dating sim. Pick up one of the many games that are out there, whether it's something like Obey Me or something like Too Hot to Handle, or even like my fitness game where you're doing like crunches and stuff like that. Like, pick up a dating game if you're struggling, because that will give you low risk practice into how to talk to other people, how to build these friendships organically, so on and so forth. Because a lot of times you'll get like I've played dating sims where the characters are like insulting you for 10 chapters. And if you play the game right, they turn around and they're like, okay, you know what? You're not half bad. And then there's other games where they're a little more receptive to you. And I cannot advocate for it more.
You know what? I realize I have played another dating sim. It's not a technically dating sim, but it has dating elements. Stardew Valley. Have you ever played Stardew Valley?
Ooh. Yes, I have. And you know what? Technically, it's a cozy game, but I feel like the dating element is a big element. I think the only reason why I wouldn't count it is because you don't have to be in with someone at the end, which I think is sort of a key element with dating sims. But I definitely think it's on that border of does it count, does it not count?
I will say it is definitely not, but it is the closest thing I've got. And also, honestly, I didn't even care about the relationships. I was just trying to max out my heart so I'd get the awards that I want. I would just give them the gifts. I'll be like, hey, Shane, don't kill yourself. Here, have this chili pepper. I know you love that. Yeah, take a beer on me, buddy. I know you love this sort of stuff. Will you give me your secret recipe now? Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a great person. What can I say? I'm a great person.
Bestest.
You had a great monologue as well, you know, really telling people to not be lonely. You're not alone in being lonely.
You're not alone. Not as long as romanceable capitalism exists. Woo!
Or you could just go outside and, you know, I don't know, touch grass. That's also an option. But
or fall in love with fictional characters because they can't and won't ever turn you down.
Or you go outside and maybe talk to a human being, maybe your neighbor, you know, friend that you haven't talked to in like a couple months. You know, that could also work.
Or cut off people entirely. Who needs humans when you have digital interactions?
I think you're just the pariah of dooming this entire world now. I think I've come to realize what your true intentions are here.
What do you mean?
Everyone stay inside, lock your doors, and buy a body pillow, because you don't need no human or man or woman. You have online dating simulators. This generation is doomed.
But it's an option. It's an option. And you know what? It's like people are already doing that anyway, but instead of productively being alone and like playing dating simulators and coping online, they're like going on Reddit complaining that they can't get a girlfriend or boyfriend. And you know what? You can do something about it. Fictional people exist. Go chase after them. Look how I turned out. Don't you want to be like me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Your voice cracked when you said, yeah.
Yeah, guys. Robyn's a great role model. Trust me. She's the top of the top, crop of the crop role model. You know, but the only thing you're not being a good role model for is being an employee.
What do you mean?
You've been zoomed in on the text for the past, 30 minutes.
Because I'm trying to see if I can make it more crumply, but I don't think I'm doing a good job at it.
It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. Lucifer's there to take care of you, okay? After I'm done scolding you, Lucifer can give you the cuddles that you're looking for of comfort.
The sad part is that's not his character at all. His character would be just double down on the scolding and be like, "You're a useless piece of shit." And
is that why you bought him?
Thank you.
Is that why you bought him too? You have a little bit of you just like to get insulted. Small part of you is like, I enjoy this. This is my life.
A tiny bit.
I see.
But I think a lot of it is I've been enjoying it. I was watching a K-drama earlier today. And I was sitting with the Lucifer body pillow, and when I'm watching K-dramas, man, I am screaming like I am at a football game. Like I am a fanatic, and I can only watch them when I'm alone in the house because I can't stop myself from screaming and slamming things and throwing things around. I go feral, and I was sitting there with my Lucifer body pillow, and I would turn to him every once in a while, be like, "Lucifer, do you see this shit? Can you believe this fucking idiot? I know, right?" And then continue watching the show like I didn't just talk to an inanimate object with a sexy man on it.
I'm just gonna say that your life is your life. Do what you want. If you want your hunk of man to be a pillow that you can talk to and doesn't talk back, consider that your life. By the way, I wanted to ask you on the thumbnail real quick.
Yeah.
On the right side, it's too dark. It's too
The
too many blacks. The right side. Like I think the left side is okay, but also like I don't see a lot of the pink carpet. Are you good? Hello?
Sorry, did my mic go crazy?
You were just snorting, and I just heard like cuts in and out.
Oh, because I initially looked to the left, and I'm like, "What do you mean it's too dark?" And then I was like, "Oh wait, you said the right."
There is the ear infection coming. That's why you've been yapping this entire episode, is because if I say anything, you just will not hear me. Let's come to that fact.
Yeah, I'm trying to cover up my wounded ear. So I guess in that case, if you want more of the pink carpet, would you want me? No, bad layer,
Big hand,
bad. Okay. Would you want me to like zoom in a little more?
What if you made the entire floor the pink carpet?
Oh, like, okay. So, like, instead of just this, expand the pink carpet.
Yes. And what if also you made, like, you see the wall there with, like, the, you know, where they take the photos? What if you made that, like, white? And, like, you inverted the colors as well on that? So the whole thing is white, so it kind of fits the color scheme. So we're kind of following the same color scheme, like, of pink and white, like before. But we're going to try to, like, just make it seem like it's the movie set. Or, like, the red carpet thing.
Yep. Understood.
Yes. Anyways, you want to continue about your micro obsessions?
Oh my gosh. Is this what this episode is going to be? Is the Robyn yapping episode?
Listen,
you just be like, hey, you want to talk about that favorite thing you've been going insane about?
Listen, we all need to have an episode, okay? We need to have a Robyn-centric episode, okay? It has to balance things out. It's not the Medz show, okay? It's the Robyn and Medz show.
Oh, I'm gonna cry here, homie. Like, what the fuck?
Sorry, I meant Medz and Robyn. My name's first. Sorry, gotta clear that up. Gotta make sure. I gotta make sure I put you in your place.
Thank you for clarifying. Well, I guess I can talk about the K-drama that I've been watching because, oh boy,
all the girlies in the audience, I'm sure you all are yippying right now because I have no clue about anything K-drama related.
Well, so you don't need to know much about K-dramas besides the editing is like goofy as shit. It's like they shot a live action show but edited it like an anime, and it's like the perfect area of uncanny where it's like it's uncanny enough where you can laugh and giggle, but it's not uncanny enough where like you're like, oh, or at least a good one's like that. And you'll just like be sitting there and they'll like have a serious moment and then they'll have like a weird reaction shot or make like a little funny butt wiggle joke and with like funny little sound effects, and it'll yeah, sorry. But the one I've been watching is called Miss Night and Day, and it's about this girl who struggled to get her first full-time job, and like in Korea you have to like test for a job and like you have to get into the job, and she was like studying for these jobs, she was applying like crazy, she even got caught up in a scam trying to get this job.
I'm looking at a clip right now. Netflix has their own K-drama channel. They have their own shit. It has 4 million subscribers and it has they have their own channel specifically for K-drama content.
That's crazy.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I'm not surprised though, because K-dramas are so big. Like, I'm not even a big fan in comparison. I just find one once in a blue moon that I really like. There are some people who are obsessed, and then again, there are like there's the stan culture where people will like follow the actors or the musicians and obsess over them. For me, that's not the type of person I am, because my mentality is I don't love the actor, I love the character. I don't give a shit about your weird fleshy life. I like the one that you have on screen. That's what I care about.
So is this show like a drama about a girl who goes from old lady to young lady?
Yes. So continuing on my synopsis, she struggles getting a job, and after a while she gives up and she like starts burning her books. She's all pissed off. And while she's having this tantrum, she's like, I just wish like I could get a job and like be an adult. I just want to be 10 years down the line in a job that I love and a job that I'm working at. And while she's like expressing that, this magical cat comes by and curses her to turn old in the daytime and back to her normal self in the nighttime. And this curse allows her to get her first job, because when she's hired because they're looking at her and they're like, wow, she's a spry old woman. Perfect.
Huh?
She'd be good for like a small menial task. Well, it's because even though she's an old lady, she still functions as like a 28-year-old. So she's like looking like a 40-year-old lady, but doing the like cartwheels like a 28-year-old girl.
This is literally just reverse Shrek. This is just reverse Princess Fiona from Shrek.
It is. It's reverse Shrek. And there are two romance leads. There's this cold lawyer who is notoriously not into relationships, is dedicated to his work, is constantly rejecting women, but he sort of falls for her slowly but surely.
Wait. Does he fall for the grandma or the young version?
He falls for the young version of him. But there's another character that falls for the old version of him. There's like this K-pop star who ends up becoming like a cop or like something, or like a public servant at her job. And when he's like being like hired for the job, they have like a little ceremony for him. And there is like a stalker trying to attack him with acid when that happens. And she jumps in the way and like knocks the attacker back. And ever since then, the K-pop guy falls like completely in love with her and tries to like give her gifts to say thank you and tries to like express his appreciation, and she's like turning them all down, and she's like, dude, I don't need a new car, I don't need a new TV, I don't need the latest makeup. I know, she's such a dumb bitch for that.
No, she's smart. No, she's smart. Think about it, okay? She keeps rejecting him, and he wants her so bad. He's so down bad for this woman that he's just gonna keep giving more and more gifts. Therefore, she keeps getting more and more shit without having to date the man. Boom. Big brain.
Oh my gosh. But so he ends up like really, really like growing attached to her, both out of trauma and just out of general interest. And he falls in love with her in her old lady form. And like he's like, hey, do you want to get dinner? Do you want to do this? And trying to find ways to spend time with her and trying to get close to her. And she's like, no. And he stalks her a little bit and finds out her secret, because she keeps this as a secret for a while, that she like changes in the day and the night. And he catches it in the act and he realizes it, but he doesn't tell her. He doesn't tell her until one day she's at a work party in like her old lady form, and she's like dancing, she's singing, she's drunk out of her mind, and she's having fun. And they're walking out of the bar, and sunset's about to come around, and he's like, oh shit, she needs to be covered because otherwise people are going to find out her secret. And he holds her and he's like, shh, just keep your head on my shoulder so no one finds out your secret. And she's like, huh? And then like when she sobers up, she's like, oh shit, you know? And he's like, well, now I know. I didn't know before, but now I know. And he confesses his love to her at the same time. And like while she's fawning over the lawyer, his number one question is, well, does he know your secret? Does he know that you're transforming like between the daytime and the nighttime? And she's like, no. And you see the look on his face, and he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bitch? And I scream at the TV, and I'm like, yeah, what is wrong with her? You have a man who is rich and willing to throw like cars and money and unlimited iced coffee at you, and he adores you both in your old lady form and in your young form, and he just loves you for who you are. And you're turning him down for someone who barely knows you? Be fucking for real. Be fucking for real.
Listen. She's playing it smart. That's all I'm saying.
No!
It's not the heart, it's the bank account that matters.
Oh my gosh. He would have the bigger bank account than the lawyer. He would have the bigger bank account because he is literally a K-pop idol. He has money fucking shitting out his ass. Like, he has so much. He gifted her a car casually, and not like a fucking Honda, like a fucking Mercedes Benz. He was just like, oh, here you go. I would, because she saved his life. He was like, oh, you saved my life. Here's a Mercedes Benz.
Bitch, I don't give a fuck if you save my life. I'm not buying you a fucking Mercedes.
He did.
He's stupid.
And I love him for that.
He doesn't even know the woman. He doesn't even know her. How does he can't even get to know her because she rejects him. It's like complete stupidity. This man is a brainless. She's doing herself a service to not even be with this man. Like, he's just like, I love you, baby girl.
He knows her by stalking her.
You. That's the fucking worst part. This show's making me angry. I haven't even watched it.
No, I love stalkers.
That's a you thing. That's strictly a you thing.
Speaking of you, I think season 5 is coming out, and I'm sitting there like, oh boy, do I want to see this again? Because that's like that is an outright awful show with very mediocre writing, but because of the stalking, I always end up obsessed with it.
You have a problem. That's all I'm going to say.
I do.
But maybe one day I will give K-dramas a shot. Maybe. I'll consider giving them a shot. Do you have any recommendations? Do you have any? If I were a first-time viewer of K-dramas and I have never experienced it in my life, what would be the first thing you would recommend little old me?
I really do like Miss Night and Day, and I think even though it's the most recent one I watched, I would really recommend it. But I'll also look back at some of the older ones I watched, because there was like another like ghost story one that I watched, and it was like, I think that was the first K-drama I ever watched, and that one was really, really good as well. But I also know that they've been having a wider variety of them too, because when I started watching K-dramas, it was more romance-based, and now they have more like general ones. Like there's like the Strong Sunun or something like that. Like about like this strong girl with superpowers that looked really, really interesting. But I would really recommend Miss Night and Day if you're into more of like a romance K-drama and want to dip your toes into that.
I am not a romance guy, but I if the way you're describing the show makes me angry, and I want to be angered. I want the beast to release.
There is also a fun B plot about a murder mystery, so I think even if you
a murder mystery?
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah, so the B plot is there's like a serial murderer killing people, and the main girl's aunt got murdered. The lawyer guy's mother got murdered
By the same guy.
Yeah, by the same person. There are like 5 people you see die in the show, all by the same person, and the lawyer is in town specifically to try to figure out who killed his mother and hunt this person down.
But then he dropped everything for this random girl, and he's like, "I'll buy you anything. Fuck my mom. I care about this girl now.
No. You're thinking of
revenge."
the K-pop star. You're thinking of the K-pop star. The lawyer would never do that.
Oh, I thought. Oh,
The
I
lawyer
was
would
confused.
never.
I thought the lawyer was dropping the big money. Oh.
No, it's the K-pop idol who got saved. The lawyer sits there and he's like, he is such a disrespectful piece of shit. He's so sweet at times, and at other times he's a bastard, and I want to beat him.
I feel so stupid now. I just feel so dumb. I've been hating on the wrong guy.
To be fair, K-dramas are incredibly difficult to explain. Most of the time when I start a K-drama, I just watch the first episode and skip reading the summary, because the summaries 90% of the time are super inaccurate. I'll be putting on a K-drama thinking it's like a romance, and it has like barely any in it, or has like really weird fucking humor, and I'm like sitting there like, oh, this is bad. And then there will be others where the summary does an absolute shit job of describing it, but it's absolutely amazing. So literally, K-dramas are a situation where you have to judge the book by the cover. Just look at the art, look at the title, and press play, and skip the summary altogether.
I see. Well, the problem is you know what? No, not even that. It's I can already tell that the K-dramas just are really reminiscent of like the Indian Bollywood dramas, you know, and I've seen them. I've seen those. And you talk about the crazy cracked out editing in K-dramas. I don't think you've lived until you've seen an Indian drama.
Oh, I love Bollywood movies for the same reason.
Dear God.
I can't get into Bollywood like romance movies, ironically. For some reason why I can't get into like action K-dramas or like more serious K-dramas, but I love like the romance in them. And I'm the opposite with Bollywood movies, where I love action Bollywood movies. Like I loved RRR.
I've wanted to watch that. I've been trying to watch it.
Dude, I highly recommend it. It is so fucking good. I am not normally into action movies. I was glued to the screen for that.
I just know the song. I know the banger song that came out of it. The nacho song. I love that song. I love nachos. Now I'm hungry for nachos. You know what? I think what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go get some nachos, and I'm going to turn on a K-drama after this call, and I'm going to see what it's all about. I will update you all.
Hell yeah.
I'll update you all in the next episode, which means thank you all so much for listening in. Please make sure to hit the like button and leave a rating on Spotify if you haven't already, and we will see you next week. Peace! Bye!